So, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. So we're gonna be doing another episode of New Nerds Enjoying White Wine, and now we finally have a full crew. We have the broadcast boy himself, the Deucey,
It's really good.
The legend.
the legend.
What's good, y'all? Good to see you. Happy to be here, Corey, Eric. Thanks for having me.
Having you not, you are us.
That's true.
This
This is my first time. You guys already did this before, so.
yeah, and you're also drinking Corona.
Nurturing Corona. Welcome to Neck.
Welcome to Neck, yo. And we have Eric back.
Hello.
Hello. Hey.
It's a little toasty in here, so don't mind if I dab a few times throughout.
So, for this video, we're going to be doing a 2021 MCU wrap up. So we're going to be giving our thoughts on all the MCU shows and movies that came out throughout the year, and also kind of give our ranking of how we feel about them in order. And we're just going to kind of just let the conversation go how it goes. We have Nelson here who's going to kind of help us guide it. He is our Molly Carroll and Stephen A at the same time.
That's right. Compare me to Molly. I'll take that anyway. Molly's a bad bitch.
But before we fully get into the video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, as well as hit the notification bell to get notified for more content that I put out, as well as you might see this video on, wherever Nelson decides to post it as well.
You'll see it. You'll see it.
We're making it happen. We're making it happen with two W's. And also, if you enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like, as well as leave a comment. Let me know if we're garbage, we're trash, if we don't know what we're talking about. Or you can let us know if we're geniuses or bright and beautiful people. It's up to you.
Or just nerds.
Or
Or
just-
just
Or
nerds.
just nerds. Or just nerds.
Aren't we all in our own way?
There we go.
Or just nasty nerds who like white wine instead of red wine who have no class.
New podcast name, Nasty Nerds Who Like White Wine.
Nasty nerds.
Nasty nerds.
Nasty nerds
Imagine that.
enjoying white wine. No. If anything, Eric's nasty.
Well, let's not get personal on this thing.
Eric is an honorable young man.
Yeah.
Honorable.
Gentleman.
Gentleman.
Gentleman and scholar.
I love it.
Let's get right to it.
So we've officially gotten through the first half of the year. That's 3 Marvel series, all above a 7 out of 10, which is, all you can really ask for as someone who's making these projects. But now we're going to talk about one that is an actual film, full-length movie. Little controversy on how it was released, but Black Widow, July 9th, it dropped in theaters and Disney Plus. Sorry, Scarlett, but we want to talk a little bit about that movie. First and foremost, let's talk about how do we feel about how Disney played Scarlett.
Nah, they played her. They definitely
Because
Yeah, they played her.
that's fine.
They played her,
Am I
bro.
wrong?
They played her.
It is what it is.
It must
It's
be-
business.
I don't think so.
It's business.
I think it's foul.
I mean, I get it, but they also pushed it back as long as they could.
It's a hustle, bro.
It is a hustle.
It's a hustle. They gave her points on all the things in the theater. They didn't give her any points on the streaming and didn't tell her that they were going to release it on streaming.
Crazy.
Oh, I didn't know that detail actually. No, they didn't. That she did not know it was going to be on streaming.
Same day.
I just thought she wasn't okay with it being on streaming.
Either way,
Yeah.
against her wishes. As far as I know, she didn't know about it until after it was.
Yeah.
But even so, I don't think if she did know about it, she definitely wasn't okay with it because that ultimately just takes money out of her pocket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just thought that
I watched it at home.
I watched it.
I saw it in the theater.
I watched it at home, bro.
We 2 out of 3 watched it at home. So if you think about that for the average Marvel fan, 2 out of 3 watched it at home.
Yeah.
She missed out on 66%. The math is wrong there, but she missed out on a shit ton of money.
No, she missed out on a lot of revenue because the majority of the revenue was from people who watched it at home. We were still in the midst of was July this came out?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't running to the movie theater in July.
True. People were acting up a little bit, but true.
I mean,
You were.
He's a cinephile, so.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it was.
They
I get both sides.
They didn't do it to Shang-Chi. They didn't do it to Eternals. They didn't do it to anyone else.
But it was
they did it to her.
just later in
I
the
think-
pandemic, though.
But I also think it's because of Scarlet that they did that. Because of how badly that turned out for them press-wise. They're like, nah, we can't release the same day anymore. They all changed it to a few weeks or at least a month or 2 after the movie's in theaters. They put it on Disney Plus.
Okay, maybe. But still, I think with her being an OG since Iron Man 2, 2010, right? So she got 10 years deep in this MCU shit. You know what I mean? She got killed off in Endgame. You know, and she came back for her little passion project because, correct me if I'm wrong, they've been working on that movie since like a long time.
Not that long. It was like after Wonder Woman came out, they said, let's make a female movie.
Maybe.
That's from the outside looking in. Who knows how long they were actually working on that movie?
Right.
Yeah. So.
But I just imagine that they were probably working like all, you know, if it makes sense to me, this is what makes sense to me, that they probably, for the original 5 Avengers, worked on a individual movie for all of them.
I don't believe that at all.
I'm saying they had the idea to make an original or individual movie for all of them, realizing that some of them can't carry their own movie. But with Black Widow, because like you said, because of the success of Wonder Woman, they probably were like, let's take a shot. But that's fucked up that they did that, took a shot on a female-led Marvel movie, right? Especially, you know, because Captain Marvel didn't like wow people. They took a shot on a female-led Marvel movie, but they hedged their bets.
Yeah.
They hedged their bets. They're like, we're not going to just release it in theaters because we don't believe that Scarlett can carry this movie.
No.
And then fucked her out of money on top of it,
Yeah.
which is why I think they gave her a $40 million bag.
I didn't know how much she won off that case, but I know
I
she
think
won.
she got a $40 million bag off
settlement.
that.
And Feige wanted to make it clear when he was promoting like No Way Home and they're doing interviews and stuff. He was like, just so you know, Scarlett is working with us again, helping produce a new secret Marvel movie. Just to, like, so you can make it known, like, yo, we're still good with her. It was just like an off moment.
I don't think that they originally planned on making, because this is just kind of random rambling at this point for me. When the MCU first was getting launched and we got to the Avengers point, they were making movies off characters who were kind of B-tier characters. Iron Man is not somebody everybody knows about, and it was nobody's favorite. He was nobody's favorite hero. They did a great job launching it and starting with Iron Man. Iron Man's a good movie, the first one, and a great launch to the MCU. But that's a gamble. B-tier characters, whether it be Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, these were B-tier Marvel heroes prior to these movies' releases because everybody knew who X-Men characters were. Spider-Man was everybody's guy, and everybody loved the Hulk. And those were the movies we had for the most part. And people loved their TV shows, their cartoons. Like, there was just more of them to the casual fan. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that their original plan was, yeah, we'll eventually make... Obviously, things changed with business because Disney didn't even own Marvel when these movies first came out, when stuff was starting to launch. I don't think Disney owned Marvel until the first Avengers movie, or a little bit after that, I believe. Black Widow and Hawkeye, like they're C tier characters, like maybe even D prior to the MCU, and I don't think they ever thought like we should make a movie.
A little harsh.
I mean, it's not though. I mean, before, like these characters were never featured in video games, Marvel vs. Capcom games, versus Capcom.
Well, maybe that's because Marvel wasn't super popular. DC has had Batman and Superman forever, and Marvel had their Spider-Man and Hulk, which were the only movies that ever really came out. Those are the 4 heroes.
Well, I'm saying even for like stuff outside of movies, like even for other portrayals, whether it be the cartoons, like the only reason you got Hawkeye in the cartoons back in the day was that Avengers cartoon that came out, the one where they adapted West Coast Avengers. Was it Earthmade Heroes? United They Stand or something like that? Mm-hmm. You know the one, the crappy Hawkeye, whatever. And it has the Scarlet Witch and Vision, Tigra, has Falcon. Like that was the only reason you even got Hawkeye.
Sure. And
they were never featured. And like Marvel's Capcom 2 has the most extensive roster of Marvel characters, and their characters in that game who have much less powers or very simple powers, or not even powerful beings that they included. They didn't even think to include those characters.
Yeah,
that's how no name they were.
Right. Sure. I mean, to the average fan, yeah. I mean, you're talking about deep cut shit, like deep cartoons and TV shows. Only fans are watching them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that they planned ever to even... That's why I think Black Widow was such an afterthought of how popular she got over the MCU, that it wasn't originally part of the plan.
So, I agree. I think the plan was, initially, this is what I believe, right? And what the fuck do I know? But this is what I believe. I think initially the plan was, they wanted to make an Avengers movie. And the way that they needed to do that, they needed to introduce the characters first, right? So what they did was they made Iron Man, and Iron Man would not have been what it was without Robert Downey Jr. Let's just say
100%, yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. There's a reason why people think Like when you talk about Robert Downey Jr.,
He is
refer to him as Iron Man.
He is Iron Man.
He is Iron Man.
People probably don't even know his name. People probably know him as Iron Man. Just
Right,
call him
he's just like
Iron Man. You know Iron Man.
He's Iron Man.
Iron Man was Dr. Doolittle.
And he knows that, yeah, he knows that. And Robert Downey Jr. is a phenomenal actor.
That's so good.
So, like, getting Robert Downey Jr. to do that movie and have it be as successful as it was, they saw the potential of what they could do, right? Because I'm pretty sure Hulk came out before Iron Man.
Iron Man came out first.
No,
Iron Man came out
Iron Man
first?
1 came out first, then Hulk, then Iron Man 2.
It must have been
Hulk
very
came out a
close.
month later.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm, you know, me with Hulk, so I was on that show, and that shit came out in theaters.
I loved Incredible Hulk when it came out.
Yeah, I still love it. But I just think that once they saw the success of Iron Man, and then they saw that Hulk, they did. This is my point. I'm sorry, I'm like rambling here. So my point is that they made Iron Man. They saw the success of it, and they were like, "Oh, all right. So let's make a movie about all the Avengers, or let's introduce these heroes in these movies." They made Incredible Hulk, which not for nothing. I'm glad that they did it, but it kind of just proves that a standalone Hulk movie is tough to pull off.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
gonna
tough to
make it
pull
work.
off.
Yeah, bro.
You know, as amazing as he is,
It's not a character that
He's
does
not-
a
he
lot.
can't
He doesn't
really be
even
mean.
get to do. He
Yeah.
can't emote and create a lot of those
Yeah,
moments.
exactly. It'll be an action smashing fucking cash grab.
He'd
You
have
know
to
what I
be
mean?
Banner majority of the movie.
Right,
It had
so-
to be fast. Put him in Fast and Furious.
So when
Put Hulk in Fast and Furious.
so when the Hulk movie didn't do all that well, I think that's when they started being like, all right, instead of giving everybody their own movie, let's introduce characters and create this universe. Iron Man 2 dropped, they hit us with Black Widow. Thor dropped, they hit us with Hawkeye. You know what I mean? And Avengers dropped, they hit us with, and Thor, they hit us with Loki as well. And then that set up for that Avengers thing.
Yeah.
And then once they saw that formula work, those first 5 or 6 movies, that's how they built it from there.
Yeah.
All the characters that didn't necessarily deserve a solo movie didn't get one. They were introduced in other ways. Black Widow got hers because people love Scarlet. People love Scarlet, and people love the character. And she died, and they figured, you know what? Let's just release this movie that they probably had on back burner for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Black Widow's story, albeit not the most in demand, is a very interesting one. You know what I mean? So that's why I think they made it, and I think that's why the people who watched it because like you only watch that if you were just like invested and you're watching everything. If it wasn't something that like the average person would pick up and watch it and be like, oh, I'm interested in the Marvel universe now. Nah.
Yeah, exactly.
You're only watching that if you're already a fan.
Especially because she died in Endgame too. So
Right.
a lot of people
Like
have at this point.
and this is why like I had the very aggressive take of like it's an afterthought. I didn't need it. It's nice to have. It was great to meet Yelena, who was a great character and may probably be in my top 5 Marvel characters now. Can't even lie to you. But it just was like I didn't need it. And did I want it? I was just like, fine, I'll take it. Like it was whatever. I wasn't asking for it.
We also have to look at it as an opportunity. We also have to look at it as the movie was an opportunity to introduce Yelena, who's going to be integral
That's
to
the best. That's
to the thing going
the
forward.
best thing that came from this movie. It wasn't
Because how else are they going to do it? She was going to show up at the end of
Like,
the
oh,
movie.
hey, I'm her sister.
Hey, I'm her sister.
Yeah. And this
I'm here to fight.
Yeah, like I won't say that this is half of it is skippable. It's just getting Yelena was the best thing that came out of this movie. Getting her depth and understanding her connection to Natasha Romanoff or whatever in their relationship makes her more endearing and makes you care about her more the more you saw her in future stuff.
So overall, would you guys say, Eric, we'll start with you. Overall, would you guys say, was this movie necessary or just a tip of the cap to an OG Avenger? You're both on and off screen. Tip of the cap to Black Widow and to Scarlet.
I'd say both. I'd say
But-
both.
So it was both necessary and a tip of the
And
cap?
yeah, because I
Okay.
think Feige was like probably figuring out like, let's send off Scarlet so she goes off into to
Into
the
the
sunset.
sunset.
Yeah, exactly, all that stuff. But then let's also set up Yelena and have them have a relationship. So when she becomes a new Black Widow, it's not out of nowhere. It doesn't feel forced. It's natural. So I feel like it was a mixture of both.
Sure.
But I would, if definitely it was the main point of that whole movie was definitely like a send off to Scarlet. But I feel like it was also a little bit of like a backdoor origin for Yelena to be like, hey, let's set her up so when she goes into these Avengers projects that it It's seamless. It doesn't just come out of nowhere kind of thing.
This movie is essentially a Yelena backstory. This is the Yelena movie. She's a great character, man.
She steals the show, bro. Favorite line of the whole movie, I think we all know. You're such a poser.
Yeah, you're such a poser.
So, my question. Top 5 posers in the MCU.
You know mines. It's Cap.
Cap's a poser.
Cap's a poser.
Cap be posing.
Bro, come on, son. He showed up in Infinity War, like, immediately posing. Like, the first time you see...
When the train was going by, he was posing behind the train. Just like that. Just like that.
You do it? Like, come on, son.
Come on, who's next?
Spider-Man.
Your boy. Probably the biggest poser of them all.
I mean,
Gotta
but
get
like,
right,
he's
bro.
doing, like, a lot of stuff. So then you're gonna get...
He don't need to throw the hand up like this all
Like,
the time.
he like-
I'm sorry, he don't need to throw the hand up like this all the time.
But you know, he be landing in awkward. I feel like Eric right now. They shoot him bail. He be landing in random positions. Sometimes you.
I would pose all the time too, bro.
Have you had that suit?
100%, bro. I pose all the time, man.
Damn.
So, alright, so what did we say?
We said Spider-Man, Cap, and Black Widow.
Black Widow, definitely a poser.
The hair flip.
Iron Man?
Flip my whole hat off.
Shit. Iron Man?
Yeah.
Mid-air pose like that? You don't mean
That physically makes sense, though.
Hawkeye was posing too, though. I heard.
What about when he lands? He don't land
With the fist.
With the fist? I'll tell you what. I'll tell you who's not a poser, Ant-Man. Because he's just.
You ever
living
jumped
life.
off a fire escape before from the second floor?
Huh?
Sometimes you break your fall with your hand.
Jump off the fire escape from the second floor?
What is such a specific...
Corey Selena Kyle, guys.
Yeah, right.
Corey's Catwoman.
Never robbed an apartment, you go jump off the second floor of a fire escape. When's the last time
When we used to play Manhunt on Saints Block,
Okay.
we used to play in his backyard area, but his backyard was a connected backyard to like multiple buildings.
Yeah.
And it was very easy to climb the fire escapes.
Yeah.
So when we played Manhunt, fire escapes was on limit. You could go up the fire escape as far as you want. You gotta come get me.
Mm-hmm.
But you're usually cornered if somebody decides to come get you on the fire escape. So sometimes you got no other choice but to jump off the second floor.
So you're saying you could have been a Black Widow?
I was Black Widow, actually.
Corey is the definition of a black
You
widow.
trained me. Okay, so one last thing before we move on from Black Widow, I really wanted to talk about, just because I was confused as shit. I feel like the world was confused as shit, and I don't understand necessarily what exactly happened there, because Taskmaster was trash. Am I wrong in saying that?
I love Taskmaster.
No, that's not his normal tone. Corey, how'd you feel about Taskmaster?
So bad,
It
bro.
was bad, huh?
But it was.
Tell me
Man.
why.
You ever heard of
Also,
like,
is Taskmaster, again, I don't know. Taskmaster's a woman?
No.
in the
Okay.
comics? I mean, it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter, but I'm curious.
No, I'm not. I was saying in the sense of like, it was just bad. It was just like, oh my god, Taskmaster is. They made this Taskmaster frail, robotic. Like the backstory for this Taskmaster is, they don't gotta be comic accurate, but like, don't make it a mindless being who's just following orders. Taskmaster's a savage. Like,
Yeah.
Taskmaster's that guy. Even when you were playing Spider-Man, like the amount of Taskmasters you got playing the Spider-Man PS4 games. I don't know if did you?
No, I think I bought it. I just never played it because I was pissed off because I didn't have a PS5, and I was like, I'm not gonna do this.
The original the first Spider-Man, bro.
Who's
Not
Spider-Man?
Miles Morales Spider-Man.
No, he said he bought the game, but he didn't want to play it unless he had the PS5.
There was no PS5 when the first Spider-Man came out, 2017, 18.
I don't know.
The first Spider-Man game, before the Miles Morales expansion.
I thought that the first Spider-Man game came out with the PS5.
No.
That's
no,
Miles
no,
Morales.
Miles Morales one. The Peter Parker one came out with the PS4.
Whatever. I
Either
haven't.
way,
Never
yeah,
played it.
never played
Go ahead. Taskmaster. Eric, what did you feel about Taskmaster? Because I don't know how much you knew about him. But
Yeah, I knew like what
Go ahead.
his abilities were and like kind of what he is, like mercenary and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
I was chill with it until they showed her, and not even because it was a woman. It was more like the way they did it. It was like if you were in the Taskmaster suit and you're fighting and everything, and then you take your helmet off, and then it becomes me. You get up like that. That's how it felt. Like it went from like this person, like some like normal big kind of guy, and then took the mask off, and it's like we're bringing her back down here, and this is who she is.
So human.
Physically, like literally, you know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, the image though is like I feel you.
You know, that's
It's like
literally how it
you see
feels,
this
bro.
like badass motherfucker just like go in and fucking people up. Then it comes off and it's
But not only that, when she takes it, then it's me. This is badass. But when she took her mask off, she literally shrunk down 5 inches when she took her mask off, and then he's like, "Oh, this is actually okay. You guys are just fucking this whole thing up." No, I agree. I didn't think the character of Taskmaster was great in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, like
fight scenes were cool, obviously, but like
fight scenes were really dope. I just think that it was a very mild like reveal and iteration of the character.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It was just meant to be. Which, overall is what kind of makes the movie overall a little bit meh, unfortunately. But it be like that sometimes. I think they did a well enough job. They had some comedic relief with my man
from Stranger Things.
Hopper from Stranger Things. We'll see you
Red Guardian.
David Harbour, that's his name?
David Harbour.
Well, Harbour in real life. David Harbour in real life. Hopper is his name on Stranger Things. Oh. But, I thought he was funny. I thought he was pretty good. Yelena obviously stole the show, and I think it was a pretty solid movie. I don't know. Let's get to the ratings so that we can move on. I think for me, I'm going to give Black Widow 7 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I'll go 7 too.
6.
Knew it.
6 out of 10.
I knew it. You're a savage, just like Taskmaster.
Really? I was kind of insulting, honestly. It feels like I'm not that much of a savage.
You're a baddie just like her.
You're a bad bitch just like that.
I'm a little boo thing. I'm a little baddie. It's just a 6 out of 10 movie. It's there.
It's cool.
It's Thor 2.
Let me preface this by saying, right, because I think at this point you guys already can gauge the type of fans that we are, but I'm someone who is easily amused. You know what I mean? And he's someone who will find the good in everything. And he will just be forever Aggie.
Cynical as fuck.
You know what I mean?
I just know my shit.
So, exactly. So, I think, it's all relative. Overall, the movie was solid. I would watch it again. I'm not mad that they made it. I thought it was cool.
I'm not mad they made it. I won't watch it again.
But honestly, that's why I gave it 7 out of 10. I haven't watched it again since. I want to. I'm gonna just pop it on at one point.
Have any of us watched Captain Marvel again?
I've tried.
I actually saw Captain Marvel 3 times.
I tried it. Yeah, I watched it. I rewatched it. I was like, no, man. I was in my head.
You know what it is? So I'm gonna apologize now. So I saw it once without Beth, without her knowing, right?
You heard it here first.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
That's better than to come through, slam the fucking door open. What?
I saw it once without her, and I tried to act like I didn't see it the second time. Like,
Is this a lie that you've kept up to this day?
Yes.
It's so funny. Exposing truths.
I mean, maybe she does know. Maybe she saw like
clickbait. I lied to my girlfriend for years.
I have a dark secret I've never told her.
I didn't tell
clickbait.
I didn't tell her I saw it the first time without her, and then I think I saw it with you guys actually.
Which one?
I think I saw Captain Marvel the first time with you. Did I see it with you guys, or maybe I saw it with my coworkers?
I feel like that sounds about right. That sounds about the era we were always at every movie together.
Because, we was heavy on the Thursday showings.
Yeah.
But Beth didn't have time to see it, on a Thursday. So, we watched it again, on a Friday or Saturday, I believe. I was fine with seeing it. Captain Marvel's not as bad as they think, but we're on a tangent. People just hate Brie Larson.
No, I think Captain Marvel was solid. You know what I will say? The movie was okay. I do think Brie Larson gets a bad rap.
Yes, people hate her.
People hate her.
Brie Larson for no reason.
They hate her, and I'm not saying I get it, but I get it.
I think she could, because she's capable.
She's a great actress.
She could give the character a little bit more flair.
Yeah.
She plays it really straight, like a military woman. Which
that's how the character is. Once she becomes Captain Marvel in the comics, it's a very straight edge. That's why Civil War 2 happens in the comic books. It's a conflict between her and Iron Man. When she's Miss Marvel in the more different type of outfit, the black outfit with the shorter, it's not, it doesn't look the same that you get for Captain Marvel. A little bit more flair. There's more flair to it. But Captain Marvel, she's playing what is true to the character. It's not as endearing as what we get from Captain America being straight edge.
Yeah. Black Widow or Captain Marvel as a movie? Which one's better?
Captain Marvel, bro.
You're gonna get me out of here. It's Captain Marvel. Yeah, oh, never mind. He said Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel.
I said Black Widow. So maybe I'm the one who needs to get out of here.
I'm not gonna. Jude Law is in fucking Captain Marvel, bro.
Jude Law? Jude. After you're hanging your head on?
Alfie.
You love Jude.
I do love Jude, bro. Alfie's my guy.
Alfie.
I don't.
Mr.
No, I just tell you.
You can't even skip Captain Marvel, bro.
Captain Marvel, I get it.
Coulson.
Loved young Sam Jack.
Young
I
Sam.
know you love Coulson.
Coulson.
A young Coulson. That's
This
your
has
guy.
turned into a Captain Marvel.
One of 10 people who saw Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is standing right here.
Every season.
You are a TV
Every
show guy.
season.
You commit.
Shout out Agent Melinda May.
commit.
Oh, and shout out Quake, Daisy Johnson, played by Chloe Bennett. Sup?
They have mocking. They have mocking.
What's up, Ma? Take me out to dinner.
Oh my
Come take a
god.
ride in the Cyclone. I miss you.
I'm amazing.
Stupid.
Chloe Bennett. I think she's about to play Blossom in Powerpuff Girls.
I think they got canceled.
Oh, it did? Damn. Donald Faison was about to get a bag. It's all
Our
good.
boy Turk. Man.
Donald Faison.
He's from dude from Clueless, right?
Yeah.
I know, that's Turk.
I know.
Yo, that scene from Clueless is completely off topic, but you guys seen Clueless?
Of course.
Yeah.
Best Donald Faison moment was he's getting his head shaved in the bathroom. She's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Because I'm keeping it real. Because I'm keeping it real." Anyway, shout out Donald Faison, man. He's a legend. All right.
I'm feeling great and feel the vibe. I'm really grateful we alive. And I'm feeling great cause lately I've been on the way to something great. And I feel alive cause I create like every day and I'm on to